Okay, so even on a pre-recorded, let me see. Oh, we can put a filter on here. Let's go through the filters. That's Beam. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty. That's Beam. Blush has a little rose. Little rose. This wasn't on here last time we went live. Or the last time I went live. Was it last Thursday? We didn't have the filters. Okay. Okay, this is my favorite. Pop. This is my favorite YouTube filter. Pop. I use that in all of my shorts, all of my pictures that I post on the community post. Pop. Yeah. Crush. I got a little crush. I stay having a little crush because I was just finna get on here and tell y'all, not 2 years ago, I thought I had a soulmate, and now I'm talking about crush. I got a crush. I do. I have a little crush. Fuck. Shit. This one is glow, but it's not giving anything glowy right now. It's very much neutral. They should have called this one washed. And I look shiny, like I'm about to sweat. I do have the light in front of me for some extra lighting today. I'm only gonna try to stay on for about an hour. It is officially 2:16. And yeah, my daughter, she usually gets home around 3:17. So I'm gonna try to stay on here. We gonna talk. We gonna chat. We gonna go through these filters. And then I'm about to be done with social media for the day. So Nor I want to clean my ears out. I like Slate better than Nor. If I was to do a black and white, this one compared to Nor, yeah, this is Nor. It gives like if I was a vampire, right? The vampire vibes. Dawn. I used to like Dawn on Instagram. And then we got Bubbles. And then we got Dance Party, A. And then we got Dream. Okay, Glamour. I'm not mad at Glamour. It's cool. It's cool. Y'all see I put this little part in my hair. She's growing. Hair is growing. Check her out. She's growing. I want to style her so bad. This is called 8mm. Is that MM for... What's the MM? It's something with documentaries. Okay, this one is, I think it's called Documentation. It's long. It's kind of cut off. Sophia. Silver Screen. The Haunt. What? Oh, this one's kind of cute. I like this. This is cute. It's like cartoony. I know my daughter, she would love this one. Sketch. Okay, so we're gonna go with Pop. Okay, yeah. So what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, I'm Tamaria, and I go by Tamaria Lakayye on all my socials, but right now I'm just focusing on building my YouTube platform. I don't have a niche. I'm trying to be the niche. I just want to get on here and get paid. Like, you know, I see a lot of other people, you know, their personality and their life is their niche, and I just want that for myself as well. I don't want to have to cook every time I get on here. I don't want to have to do fashion every time I get on here. I don't want to have to do makeup every time I get on here. I just want to get paid per the post. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to get paid people per the post. That's why YouTube probably don't be pushing my stuff because I don't feel like I post as much as other people, but YouTube, it's above you now because I done already prayed about it and God said if it's what you want, it's what you're gonna get. And since he already said I was gonna get it, I was like, should I go back and delete some of these story times? Should I? But then I was like, nah, real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. But yeah, I was what I do today? I woke up, took my daughter to school. After taking her to school, I went and picked up a Christmas gift that they've been trying to get me to come get for the longest. It's the 17th. Or no, it's actually the 18th of January. And I finally went and picked up my Christmas gift from work. And they had gave me like a little scarf with some little earmuffs. And I was like, oh, it's nice. It's thoughtful or whatever. I was going to give her the whole little story and the rundown of why I don't celebrate Christmas, but I was like, let me just get my little gift and go back to the house. So that's pretty much what I did this morning. I came back and then I had breakfast. For breakfast, I made oatmeal. So I had the little oatmeal with the bananas and the raisins and some pecans. Shout out to the Caucasians for putting me onto that because that is good. Like usually, you know, when I grew up eating oatmeal, it was just butter, sugar, and maybe a little bit of cinnamon, but the toppings, it just adds this texture and flavor that's just like, why haven't I been doing this all my life, right? Pretty much the same with yogurt. I just really got into yogurt while I've been living here. So yeah, yogurt with like blueberries and granola and peanuts. Like, how did I not know all my life that shit was so good? So yeah, that is what I had for breakfast, right? For breakfast, we had the oatmeal. For lunch, we had a Happy Meal from McDonald's because I had went out to go and drop off a little bag of clothes because I did laundry and I've been getting my bag together. So I dropped off a bag of clothes to the Goodwill and then I went and got my nails done, or I was finna get my nails done at the place that was close to the Goodwill. But then I fucked around and did my Instacart this morning too, and they said it wasn't gonna come until like right around the time that I'm recording this video. And it came early. So I had to leave the nail shop, come get the Instacart, put it back in the house, and then I was like, fuck it, I don't even want to go to that nail shop. So I went to the one in Walmart because I needed to get some stuff from Walmart. And so I let them do like a little dip. I did a little dip. It's not nothing major. A little dip meal. I feel like I could order this shit off Amazon and do it myself if I really wanted to, which I might. Because not it was $50. $50 for her just to dip my nails in this powder, which I felt like could have been very unsanitary because it's like, how many people is just dipping their hands in there? Like, yeah, you did make us wash our hands, but still, right? So I might invest in some dip powder. It don't seem that hard. All you gotta do is make sure you foul it good. But I don't know. I might go to another place and let them try it and see how it comes out because I don't know. It's like a little treat, you know? Go get your nails done. I wanted to get the dip, I told y'all, because I want my real nails to grow. And this is like a like something to put on there, like nail hardener, so that they can have, you know, something to where it's not like when I'm touching stuff and doing stuff and it's hitting, it's like not just my real nail. It'll give it like some protection. But yeah, I'm gonna let it grow out and keep doing a little dip and see how it looks. I feel like I have some long nail beds, so I feel like as my nails get longer, it's gonna look real cute. But yeah, so went to Walmart, got my nails done. I was gonna get some stuff, but while the time I was about to get some stuff, the other Instacart had came. So I was like, let me come back to the house, and then the stuff that I was gonna get from Walmart, I'll just go ahead and order it online because I already have it in the cart. So I was just gonna get it while I was there, but since I already have it in the cart, I'll just do that. And yeah, Came back to the house, took me a little shower, and I said, you said you was gonna do some live content, sit down and do some live content. And I was trying to think to myself, what are you gonna do the content over? And of course I have story times. I have lots of story times, right? Plenty of story times. And I was just like, which one am I gonna give them, right? Which one am I gonna tell them? And then I started thinking about how I wanted to do kind of like the little testimony video from last week that I've been trying to get that out for the longest. And it's like, girl, just hurry up and get it out. It's just like, I feel like the longer I sit on an idea, the longer it takes for me to get new ones, or not necessarily, but it's just like the ideas start to like back up, right? It's like, okay, do this, do that, do that, do this, do that, right? And so before you know it, it's like you got all of these ideas just sitting there, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of backstory. So I moved down here right when COVID hit, right? I moved down here in Texas right when COVID hit, the top of the year, January. I was like, I'm not doing another year where I was at with who I was with, around where I was around. I said, I'm gone. So I moved down here right when COVID started in 2020. So yeah, since then I've been here, and it is what, 2024? Or did I move down here in 2021? I feel like I gotta go through my snaps to verify the dates because, baby, you know how the internet be. You said that in 2020 you moved here, but then when I go back and research on your Facebook, you was lying. That's how the internet be. So thank God for digital receipts, right? But no, let's see. I was just looking at my snap memory, bruh. And that's when I had a snap when I thought I was in love with that man, and I was telling him I thought I was in love with him. Oh my God, why did I do that? Whew, boy, I guess that's what happened. Like, people be telling me, okay, so what is this? That was 6 years ago. Let me go back some. Okay, 2 years ago, that was 2000. Wait a minute. That can't be from hold on, here go the screensaver. Okay, let me see. Hold on, y'all. 2022. So no, it was 2021 when I moved down here, because that was 2 years ago. So it's only been 3 years, right? Cause yeah, this was Discard. Let me see something. So yeah, it's been about 3 years or whatever. And so when I moved down here, to work for this company. It was a contracted company. It was a call center. It was a COVID hotline. I was scheduling appointments for people who, they had COVID, right? They needed recommendation and advice on what they should do as far as quarantining and reporting, so I was on the COVID hotline. Baby, when I tell you, that was the easiest job I've ever had in my life. So when they offered me the job, they did offer it to me on a contingency that it would be for a year. Contracted, which means I don't get no paid days off, no holidays off. You ain't calling in one too many times on no contracted job, or else they're gonna fire you, right? So it's contracted, right? And I worked the first part of the contract for, I want to state, it was a year and some change. It was like a year and a quarter, almost a year and a half, but not quite. And I just remember working throughout the year, not having any off days, not having no vacation time, no sick time, just like, okay, I don't care if I ain't gotta have no off days. I don't care if I don't got no sick time, as long as what I am doing is enough to make sure that me and my kids are straight, right? You know what I'm saying? If I don't get no days off except for the regular 2 days of the week for a year and a half, then it is what it is. Was I frustrated? Yes. But I just tried to make the best of it. Like, you would have never knew. You would have never knew that your girl was out here like that, because I was just the happiest person ever in the world looking back on my snaps. Just happy. Not to say that I'm not happy now, but yeah. Life been it's been teaching me a lot. Not only about myself, but just like in general, about people, about the world. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, life has been life. And so I'm working or whatever, and they lay me off the first time. And it's like, so what am I finna do? So they laid me off, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get on unemployment, I'm gonna give me some food stamps, and I'm gonna be chilling, right? So the first layoff was about, I wanna say about 3-4 months or so before they was like, hey, we got another job, can you do it? Can you work? And I'm like, yeah, right? Cause I was scared. I was like, yes, I'll do it. So the unemployment thing, I was like, I don't see how people do this. I mean, I understand, like, so when I was getting the unemployment, I wasn't getting the little extra COVID thing that was going on with the unemployment. I wasn't getting, I was just getting a regular unemployment. And I was just like, the way they got this system set up and the way you have to be like doing all this other stuff, looking for the jobs and making sure you report this, report that. Like, I was just like, I don't have time. It's like, I don't have time for it. And then it's like, it's just too much. And so I was like, okay. So when she offered me the job, I was like, yes, because this unemployment, it's not working for me like that. It's not giving what I thought it would give. Um, it's not. So she's like, yeah, we got another project that's coming out. We want to see if you want to do it. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, it should last this long. And so once she told me, I was like, cool. So the whole time that I was on unemployment or whatever, like, one thing I will say, okay, so for the months that I wasn't working, like, I didn't go without. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm struggling so bad because I don't have a job. And mind you, I'm not like, nobody's tricking off on me. I ain't got no nigga that's like giving me money except for my baby daddy. But we got kids together, right? We got kids together. If he was doing what he did for his kids while I've been gone, if he was doing what he's been doing for his kids, for me as wife while we were together, we probably would still be together. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't ask for much. But that's neither here nor there. So he was helping, right? So he was helping. The unemployment was helping because I worked that year and a half, and I almost thought I was finna sit for a year and a half on unemployment, but I was just like, nah, it's not gonna work. So that's why I like to do a story time, but I feel like I would need to do a live story time and have a moderator so she could be like, girl, this is where you left off at, or this was the main point, because where was I at? So she offered me another job, right? So we're just going to go back to there. She offered me another job, and she told me it was going to be a certain amount of time. But before that, like, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm just feeling like, okay, God finna come through. He finna work something out. It's finna be something major. It's finna be something big, because that's all I really pray for. You know what I'm saying? Big blessings over here. You know what I'm saying? I be praying for the big blessings, but I'd be like, God. But one thing I do know is that he may not come with exactly what you want, but I'm telling you, I didn't need for anything. Of course, I want luxurious cars and luxurious homes, and of course I want, but it's like, had I not gone through all of the things that I had to go through, then I feel like I would be missing like an important lesson on what comes with having abundance, basically. Had I not gone through, and I'm not even talking about just like last year or the year before last or the year before that. I'm talking about like just in general. Had I not gone through what I've gone through, then it's like, of course, with the abundance that I pray for, God giving it to me, it would just, I feel like I would just be foolish had I not experienced all the things that I have experienced. So I feel like it's always working out for my greatest good. And it's like, I have everything I need plus more, right? Every single time. Even when I don't have a job, when I do have a job, I have everything I need plus more. And of course, there are some things that I'm working on that are bigger that I want. And of course, I know they're coming. It's just for me to sit in my patience, which is what I've really, really had to learn these last few years, right? Your girl really been in her patience bag, right? I have patience. I do, because I work in customer service, and you can't work in customer service without having patience, because you talk to a lot of Karens and Bryans all day long. And when you talk to them, you just realize how some people truly and dearly, not even some people, a lot of people really think the world is revolved around them. And that's where you have to make like this kind of disconnect from your life and other people's lives in the world. You have to make your world about you, and you have to somehow disconnect from what be going on in other people's lives and other people's worlds, because 9 out of 10 times it's always going to be about them. You're not going to find nobody that's like, it could be about us. I mean, you could, but the pickings is slim, okay? So I thought, when I lost my job, like I was tripping a little bit. I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What am I do? And so I was like, okay, I'm good. But then when I started seeing how it was playing out, and I was like, this is not sustainable. This is not the type of abundance, you know what I'm saying, that I want to live, right? So, when she called and she offered me the job, I was like, cool or whatever. And so I took the job, and the project ended up being slower than what they had expected, to make a long story short. And then I got laid off again. I got laid off 2 times since being here. So they laid me off. And meantime, the first time I lost my job, I didn't tell nobody. Only person who knew about it was me and God, right? God knew, I knew, and I was like on some, if God can't provide type mentality, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I'm just not gonna have it. Like, if it's not coming from God, God's not giving me what I need as his child, then I guess, I'm just not gonna have what I need, So, that's just kind of like, where I was at, like mentally and emotionally and spiritually. I was just like, if God's not giving it, I was like, yeah, I could be out here trying to scam and scheme and beg and trick and hoe and, you know what I'm saying, finesse and all of that. I read the books. I read some of the books. See, what happened was I got married so freaking young. That wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I had my moments where I was still fucking other people, like in between my marriages, in my marriage, or whatever you want to call it. But like actually just being like exposed to the world as a single woman, it hits completely different. It hits different. So here I am, just taking in all of this new information, these new changes, these new ways of being. And it was a lot, but I've managed, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep managing, and I know I'm gonna keep being okay. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, God, if it's not from you, then I don't want it. So second time I get laid off, this time it's longer, right? So didn't want to do the unemployment thing, right? That would have only been for like 3 months or whatever. And I was just like, nah, not finna do that. So I ended up door dashing to make ends meet, right? I was already door dashing anyways, on top of my job where I wasn't getting no paid time off, no holiday pay, none of that. I was already door dashing on the weekend for the extra, right? One thing about me is I work, right? And it's like I'm not complaining about the work. However, I am realizing that what? Yes, you should try those Hello Panda cookies. They're really good. Please get off your toes. They're really good. Um so yeah, first job. Right after I had my baby, I had paper route before I went to school. First job. Waking up 3 o'clock in the morning, throwing papers, going to school, coming home, teenage mom.
Mom,
I'm at work.
Mom, where are they?
In the closet. So I was like, okay, DoorDash, I can do this. I got this, right? Something's gonna happen. So I'm DoorDashing. Not only am I DoorDashing, I'm also doing I'm doing the tarot cards. I said I need to figure out a way I could do content, right? And post multiple videos per day with my content. And I seen the tarot card readers doing that. And I was like, oh, that's legit. There's 12 zodiac signs. You do 3, or you do 12 3-minute videos on each zodiac sign, girl. That's a lot of content right there. So that's what I was doing. I read some tarot card books, and I said I could do this. But then it's like comparison, right? How I was reading compared to, you know, other people that I see reading, is like their stories be way more dramatic and more intense than mine. I just feel like I'm just out here trying to push positive energy, and you know what I'm saying, no matter, you can't force nobody to want to be positive. They just got to want it for themselves. And people like the negative, right? They like the negative. It's easy. It's easy. It's so much of it when you haven't done any work to really focus on the positive and all of the good things. Like, it's easy to fall into the I'll just be negative, or feed into negativity in any way that it comes to me, whether it's something in music, whether it's something on TV, whether it's something on social media, whether it's your company you keep. It's just easier to be around negative than it is to like actually program yourself to be filled with, you know, positive thoughts. Like, I'm still working on it. I got a lot, but I'm still, you know, I'm still working on it in other areas, other situations. But I was just like, tarot cards, I don't want to be sitting here. I don't want to be getting nobody's hopes up. I don't want to be lying, because you got, you know, we got the tarot card readers who said that everybody is in love with each zodiac sign, and you got somebody chasing each zodiac sign, and you got somebody that's finna come in with a love offering in each zodiac sign, and you got somebody finna get some money in each. And I wish that for all of us. And then you got the other side of social media, where it's just like decentering men, decentering women, and it's like a male female type war going on. And it's just like somebody lying. Is it the tarot card people? Is it the war? But one thing I do know, I was just like, this is how I look at it. Whether, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel like just because there's a lot of people on social media who's not, you know what I'm saying, in the energy of wanting to be receptive and open to a relationship, doesn't mean that's just like the case for everybody in the world. Doesn't mean it's the case for me, doesn't mean it's the case for you. But it's what's popular, it's what's trending. And yeah, so just because the tarot people is saying that love is coming, and that I got, you know, that I got, me as a Scorpio, I got people who watching and doing this and doing, like, just because they say that, you know what I'm saying, it don't have to, you know, it don't have to be a Scorpio. They got to come in, maybe maybe a few years from now, maybe some more. You know what I'm saying? It's just all timing. I feel like everything is all timing and all what you expect to happen, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to do tarot cards. I'm like, yes, one of these are going to blow up, right? These are going to do good. And here's my thing. I feel like I have a little bit of an issue with being consistent. A little bit of an issue with maybe committing to something and sticking with it. I'm trying to get better at it. But yeah, it's just like the tarot cards. Maybe it could have did good. Maybe if I would have just stuck with it and kept doing it and kept going and just, seeing where, it could have went. I could be your favorite reader right now. But I got discouraged after doing it for so long, and then I was actually doing it on TikTok. And baby, when I tell you, like, just how, like, when I post on here and it's like you got 1 view, and I know it's like I be trying to be consistent. Like, can you not see my consistency? Algorithm, can you not see the consistency? But apparently, I don't know. It's above me now, right? Um So I'm posting, nothing's happening, and I'm getting tired of door dashing because I was door dashing like every every single day. It felt like, because DoorDash will be like, dash whenever you want to, and you can't necessarily dash anytime you want to because it ain't always busy, and you have to go when it's busy, and it's only busy a certain time of the day, so it's not whenever you want to, it's when they're busy. So I'm doing that, and I feel like they be scamming because not everybody is tipping me $3.50, $2.50, $5.50. It's just like, obviously y'all are tipping because everybody is not leaving the same amount of change. So what they doing is they taking something. They're taking some extra. DoorDash, I seen y'all. I seen what y'all was doing. Y'all think y'all slick, taking some of people tip money and stuff. But anyways, without DoorDash, because I think about like how it would be back in the day when people, like, when there wasn't any what were people calling it, the gig economy. Yeah, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, all of that, right? When there wasn't any of that, and people had to do, especially females had to use their body as a tool and a service to make extra money. And I just thank God, it didn't go there. You know, I thank God it didn't go there. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I had to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something I had to do in order to make means meet. I just thank God for that, because it don't, like, if I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's different. But having to, it make you want to, you know what I'm saying? Make you feel sad inside. It make you feel sad inside to have to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, thank God. But it made me feel sad to have to do something like DoorDash, because I was like, girl, you have way too much potential to be out here on DoorDash. But then I was like, okay, well, what else are you going to do? I didn't try to put some business plans together, but they just felt like finesses. And I was just like, yeah, probably, I don't know. So I'm door dashing, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make the best of it, right? I'm trying. Like, I got snap history when I would come back from door dashing, and I'm just still in the best and the greatest spirit. Like, regardless of what I was going through, I didn't let life knock me down. I posted something. It was like, life be trying to kick my ass, but somebody should have told that bitch I can fight. Like, internally, I can fight. Maybe not, maybe not for real. I'm not like a fighter. Like, it's Tamaria. That bitch be boxing. She be boxing. I don't box like that, but like internally, I fight. I fight some of the biggest battles, right? So I'm door dashing, and I just was like, okay, of course, when I first started, it was like, dang, okay, God, when are you gonna do something, turn it around, make it better? And I'm just like trying to keep my energy in a positive state of being. And at first when I'm starting it and I'm getting used to it, it's just like, nah, it's not really giving. I don't want to do this. I should be doing something else. And eventually I just, had to trick myself into thinking that I was not door dashing, right? Had to trick myself into thinking that I wasn't door dashing. I had to trick myself into thinking that I was house hunting, right? I've been house hunting, and I know exactly what neighborhood I want to live in. I know exactly the type of home I want, right? So eventually it became pleasurable, and of course, like, For me, it's like I like driving. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I miss it, like driving, because it's like I be having my radio up and I be, you know what I'm saying, jamming to my music and I be in my vibe, I be in my zone. And yeah, so eventually it became something that is like, okay, right? But at the same time, while I was door dashing, I was like, I gotta figure out something else. Like, I can't keep doing this. I can't do this all year. Plus these little tarot card videos that I'm doing, it's like it's not working, right? So I ended up starting to apply for jobs. And when I tell you God's in the details, like everything that I've gone through, I know it's going to benefit me. It benefited me in a moment, it's gonna benefit me in the future as well. So start looking for jobs, put my resume on Indeed, and they be like, come here, come work with us. Come here. We like you. Come here. So I started doing all these freaking interviews. And what's funny is the place where I'm working now. So initially, before I even left my ex to come here, I was looking at jobs and I kept seeing this place. I kept seeing this place and I was like, this would be a good place for me to work. I work here. I work there. I work for the place that I was seeing 3 years ago now. And what's funny is like I didn't even really like make the connection when I was, applying for the job, got the position, had been there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Or it's going on a long time. Well, not really a long time. It's going on a year. But anyways, so once I made the connection, I was like, dang, I was looking at this place as an option for employment before even moving here, and now here I am working at this place. And before I was even there for 6 months, the supervisor was like, yeah, we don't see you being in this position for a long time. And yeah, we see you doing this, we see you doing that. What do you want to do? What are your goals? And yeah, that's how they be coming to me. And I know from here, it's just up to me to make the initiative and look for the tools and the resources and the opportunities that is just literally right there in front of me. But sorry, get out my lab. This is just for me today. Thank you. So yeah, I'm working at a place that I was looking at working before I even moved here. Didn't know anything about the company. Now I know a lot about the company, and it's a decent company. However, I'm not really a fan of my position because I've been doing it for so long. It's Jariah, be quiet. I'm going there whining for no reason. And so yeah, was putting my application out on Indeed looking for a job, and you become a little bit desperate. You start wanting to accept anything. So I had accepted this position. I was like, okay, the hours would be perfect, right? The hours would be good. Because it's just me and these kids. I need something that's gonna work for us, for our best interests, and what's gonna be best for what goes on in this house. And I just felt like, okay, that could work. So I do the interview over the phone. They're like, we like you. If you want to take the job, come and come do your thing. Come start training. So I go and they let me look at the place, right? And it was a place. So it was a place that has okay, so it was this group home, right? It was like a group home. I don't want to say it was for only girls. I want to say it was just for kids. It was for kids who was like 18 and under, right? I was like, if I'm gonna work, like, I don't know why I feel like, what I'm saying? Like, if I gotta work, I want to do something that has a purpose and that has meaning to me. And it's like, what I'm saying? Like, yes, money is important, but I also, it's like, if I have to commit to it, let it be something that I relatively enjoy, and helping people like is something that I do enjoy. So I was like, or maybe I think I enjoy it because I feel like I'm supposed to. Maybe that's what it is. So I go there and I see it, and like right off the rip, I was just like, not gonna. I can't see myself being here long, but just to, you know, get on my feet and to stop having to DoorDash and to make sure that me and these kids are okay. I could temporarily, right? And so, I went, they gave me a little tour of the facility, let me know how it was gonna be. They had locked gates, locked doors. It was like it was a group home, but it was like they had these little cottages, right? And then they had like the cafeteria, they had a school, and then it was just like all these teenagers and stuff that was there. And what had got me was in the interview, they had asked me would I be comfortable putting somebody in a chokehold and like restraining them. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was like, damn, what is we finna be doing? So they showing me my position, right? But to make a long story short, I was just like, I know how I was when I was a kid, and I was just like, I know as much as I would want to make a good impact on these kids, I'm not gonna be able to do it from here. I'm not. However, what I did learn was that there is a lot of nonprofit organizations here in Texas that are set up to help people in these group home settings and people who have a need for like the group home environment, right? They help them. There's like a school, there's like they teach them all of these habits and lessons and stuff. It was just like not for me, right? I went around the kid, they let me around the kids before I got to the job, and I was just like, don't want to argue with mines, not finna be arguing with nobody else's, not finna do it, not finna be arguing, restraining nobody else's kids, right? Because they don't want to listen or they are emotionally damaged and all this. However, from the way the organization was ran, right? I went to training for like I went to training for a week before I was like, you know what, y'all, I don't think this is gonna work for me, because I had that opportunity and then I knew I had this opportunity that I'm currently at was also a possibility. So I was like, I'm gonna start here because they gave me this one first and then see how I like it, right? And then I'll move to the next one. So that was pretty much what I did, but I learned so much just from the way that organization was ran in a week, right? And then I was like, it's touching. Like it was touching. Like if you hear the story, like some women had started up this organization for these kids that were getting abused and mistreated and were, you know what I'm saying, pretty much like homeless, getting kicked out, have been harassed, mentally, emotionally, physically. Like they just, they needed help, right? Rehab, rehabilitating their life. They needed help, like in so many areas, and that was like a place where they could go and do that. And like I would get triggered in the training because they would sit and they would tell us all these stories about all this stuff that kids been through, and I was like, oh Jesus, I am triggered emotionally because I've been in the same boat so many times, right? And so I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to trauma bond with no place of employment, right? I don't want to trauma bond with people like that. And it was just like, I don't know. It just didn't feel good to me. It didn't feel good in my spirit. The location was kind of in the ghetto. Not kind of in the ghetto. It was in the ghetto. I had to drive down to the ghetto. And it was just like, I don't want to see that every day while I am elevating my mindset to, have better and be better. I don't want to go down to the ghetto every day at night. No, I'm not doing that. So I ended up turning down an opportunity, but once again, I gained so much information and so much knowledge. I even have like the papers and stuff from the organization, and it just gave me, like, YouTube is the dream, but like since then I've gotten so many more dreams. So it's like, even if I was not to do this YouTube, it's like, okay, I could really pour myself and my passion into other things. But I feel like time and patience, right? Patience again has been something that God has truly worked on with me. Not only just like patience, mostly patience with myself, being patient with myself, because I'm already pretty patient with other people, but to be patient with myself and my growth and my progress and what I'm doing to better myself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, I have to be patient. Like, of course, I just want to snap my fingers and bam, it's done. But then God is like, really teaching me to kind of like slow down a little bit, but not necessarily slow down, but just kind of like enjoy the process. So, yeah, from that job, I came to where I'm at, and it's like I'm helping people. And like when I really sit down and I think about it, it's a easy job. Is it busy? Yeah, but it's really an easy job. And when I first started, like I was exhausted from coming from where I had came from working for almost a year and a half, no vacation time, no sick time, no paid time off, to door dashing for about 6 months, no time off, no sick time, just like you just gotta go. If you want if you want to get that rent money, if you want to get the rent, you gotta go. So from that to okay, finally being like, okay, I could see myself here for a while. Like I was crashing when I first started the position. Like I had a breakdown and it was like, of course, people that I'm interacting with don't know the back end of my story and where I'm coming from. So they think I'm acting weird. They think I'm acting bougie, which I've gotten it a lot since I've been here that I'm bougie. I don't see it because I feel like I'm, for a certain group, I'm not bougie enough. And then for, a certain group, I'm too bougie. And then it's just like, I'm just me. So however people see me is how they see me, but I see me as me. And, so I get this position and I'm just like, it's like I'm fighting being mad and being grateful at the same time, because it's like I'm grateful because now I have this position to where, I'm saying, it's secure. I'm building a PTO. I got sick time. I got holiday pay. You know what I'm saying? I got benefits. You know what I'm saying? Like health. You know what I'm saying? I got benefits now. You know what I'm saying? The other job, none of that. And when I first moved down here, none of that. So it's like I'm grateful and I'm thankful, but it's like when it comes back to that, I could be doing something so much better. And it's like you can, but you still have to pace yourself as you're working towards that greatness, because I know you feel like, it may seem like some people get it easily or whatever the case may be. But as Cat Williams has said, the ones that get it easily sometimes be doing weird stuff, right? And I got about 15 more minutes before my daughter comes home. It's 3:02. So like Cat Williams has said, like some people they be getting stuff easily or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Like the whole selling your soul thing, right? That'll have to be a completely different topic, because left to me, I feel like everybody in this bitch is selling their soul. It's just we all selling it for different prices. So different prices, and there's certain lines and boundaries of things that we will and will not do. But to be exposing these people in the industry for doing stuff that I feel like that people just regularly do and enjoy, to me as a grown woman, like I don't know, like I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Like I don't even care. I don't even care. But yeah, all I gotta say is that the entire time that I was figuring it out and working it out, it was a huge lesson in it. It was a lesson of strength. It was a lesson of just staying encouraged. It was a lesson of just knowing um, that even when I did come up short, like God was sending some type of blessing my way, some type of extra my way. Like to me, it was like I kind of like I don't like I'm just like, God, I didn't want to know that I was that strong. I didn't want to know all that, but thank you for letting me know. Like, dang, we had to do all that. You could have just told me I was strong, God. You didn't have to show me. But it was definitely a lesson. Really helped me to detach. And it was like, okay, so I don't have like a ton of friends, but in those moments to where it was like I really need somebody, and the only person I really could depend on was God. It was just like it'll teach you so much. Like having faith in God, you really have to be like I don't you to have faith in God is something weird because I'm not gonna say it's weird to have faith in God. I'm gonna say it can be a little bit scary when you're first starting it out, when you're first trying to be like, okay, so God, it's just gonna be me and you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be in an energy of where I need to depend on any other human being except for you, God. When you just really be in that, like it could be a little scary. But as you get practice and you start to see God show up in your life and you start to see how things work out, like this apartment that I got when I first got it, it was like on a special. The apartment I wanted wasn't on a special. Not only was it on a special, it was near the strip club, right? Literally right down the street from the strip club. The school looked a little bit raggedy, but I wanted to take the apartment because I liked the amenities in that apartment better. It was, it was slightly higher than this one, right? The neighborhood wasn't, what I'm saying, wasn't that good, but I wanted it and it was like far from everything. And then I realized God didn't put me there because that's not where I was supposed to be, right? I wasn't supposed to be there. Because how do you put me there and I was with the job that I was at, like financially it would have been like really like a crunch, you know what I'm saying? It would have been tight. Like it was tight here, but there it would have been real tight. And then with the rent increases, they've been so gradual here. I feel like had I already had the rent increase from where I wanted to be versus where I'm at, then you know what I'm saying? Like situations could have been a lot more difficult than what they were had I just, you know what I'm saying, really fought. Like if it didn't work out easily for me, I was like letting it go. You know what I'm saying? It's like this place, it worked out easily for me, but it didn't work out easily for me. And then like the people and the timing, cause the people and the timing that just even work in the office, like I can see that was God. You know what I'm saying? Like the people in the office around the time that I was not working and I was paying my rent late, it was God. You know what I'm saying? He put them people in there to give me a 6 month grace period. Cause not too many people finna be you know what I'm saying? You late every month, ma'am. However, there was people in the office who know me, right? At least one person knew me. Now we don't like know each other like um best friends. We don't got each other's phone number. We just know of each other from somebody else, right? From the somebody else is someone who I considered like a really, really, really good friend. But since moving here, it's like our friendship is not, it's not the same. But I feel like it's still all God. Like I don't have any lost love for her. It's just like I realized like being on my own and then just not having anybody to rely on. I was like, girl, you either gotta pray some more or it's like I want to say get better friends, but at the same time, it's like I guess I'll know if it exists if it happens in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was just thinking about that. I was like, yeah, my son, he did come down here for the summertime. And me and him, we could have partnered up and being like buddy buddy with the bills and stuff like that. But I was like, no, I don't want my son to be a clutch for me or a crutch for me when it comes to my responsibilities as a grown ass person. Like I said, if God can't do it, then nobody can. And plus, I want him to be mentally strong and aware to where he can get it and do it on his own. Like, I don't want him to feel like he always needs a clutch, even though I feel like he's kind of in that era of being, young, when you're young and you start rooming up with people and then you start learning these lessons about how you don't want to be roommates with people because, you know what I'm saying, when it's all said and done, the possibility of somebody doing some foul, dirty, stuff will happen, and it'll be like from the ones you least expect it from, right? So it's like he's learning. He's having his own lessons and his own journey. And I just didn't want to be like, okay, come stay with me, help me pay some of these bills, you know what I'm saying? Like not like that. I didn't want it like that. So he could have been an option, but I was like, no, I have to figure this shit out on my own. I laid down and I had these motherfucking kids. And then I decided that I didn't want to be with their motherfucking daddy. So I gotta do what I gotta do. And so basically that's just what it is. But to make a long story short, um, I can see in so many moments where God just really had my back. Like back against the wall. I can see how it's developed me as a person. The way I think, the way I look at things. Like I'ma always have empathy for people, but at the same time, one of the things that I've done since I've been here was I took off my cape. Like I felt like I used to try to save people all the time. And it's like, girl, look at what you going through. Save yourself. Why you think you could save somebody? Save yourself. Let God be God and you just save yourself through God. Okay? You and God work on saving your life and let God work with other people on saving their own lives, right? So that's pretty much being what I've been doing. But I'm just really proud of where I've come from, where I'm at, where I'm going. Like I'm just enjoying the journey. I know this year I feel like so many great things are gonna come. Just off the simple rip that last year tried to take me out, boy, but it didn't. So just off the rip that I stayed prayed up. I just feel like so many great things are gonna happen this year. And I am, excited about them. And yeah, so I'm doing lives. Like this is how God works. So I'm doing lives so that I don't have to sit down. Like imagine me trying to sit down and edit this whole fucking video. That would take forever, just taking out all the little parts and stuff that I messed up or felt like I didn't look right or felt like, you know what I'm saying, something goofy. Trying to edit this is gonna be another, I would have to go back in the room and spend another so many hours, right? Editing the video, making the video. But I'm just putting this out there like how it is, right? Um which made me think of like when I was door dashing for the money, I did end up like pawning my cameras. So I had two Sony EOS's cameras. I was really only using one. So I ended up pawning them for like $400, which came in clutch. But I was like, dang, now I don't have no camera to record on, and I be trying to use my phone, and Apple be trying to eat me up with their storage fees. Cause I'm like, I know. I mean, I guess them 4K videos probably do be a lot of storage. And yeah, I'm just really ready to, I guess, work my way to the moment to where I can have a nice little setup. Of course, I want a mic. Everybody has a mic now. Maybe I'll do a podcast in the future. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just ready to just continue to elevate, to continue to grow, to continue to build and create my abundance. I'm just ready to relax, really. So I'm really ready to relax and chill. I feel like y'all are gonna be fucking sick of me. Y'all are gonna be tired of seeing me. Like I'll be like, damn bitch, you do live on the internet. You be on here all the time. Wait till my hair grow. Wait until wait until because I'm really like a little kid. Like at heart, like I'm really like I'm grown, but I'm kind of childish. Like I'm grown, but I'm like really childish or whatever. But y'all gonna get sick of tired. Y'all gonna get sick and tired. Sick and tired of seeing me. But I do want to get some kind of content that does add value to people's lives. And I don't know what that is yet, y'all. I have so many ideas. And like for the most part, it's like I be trying to not just be like from the ego when it comes from content. Like I be trying to give something of substance. But like I said, I would love it to just get paid for being me. Like I see so many other people doing. Like I know I'm not the norm. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with not being the norm. I feel like I mean, and life has made me me. And even though it doesn't look like, things that I've seen in other people, like I still love what life has done for me to make me who I am. And yeah, I'm ready to get paid for me being me. I do have a YouTube check coming. Hey, I got that beginning of the year YouTube check coming. But I'm ready for them monthly. Okay, I'm ready for monthly. But yeah, I was like, dang, what would have happened if I would have stuck with doing makeup? I didn't stick with doing makeup. I do like makeup. I do like fashion. I do like all of that. But I already wear a lot of hats. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hats just in this house alone. I wear a lot of hats. And of course I would want to do like a couple or have like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that I do videos with. But until it's that time, it's y'all just get me and these kids, okay? Okay. Now look at my hair. Isn't it eating a little bit? I didn't put no. It's just like shiny. Get into the texture. Get into the texture. I want to try I keep seeing everybody trying that konjac soap, the orange konjac soap. I want to try that orange konjac soap. Soap. I want to try that. Yeah. I think that's it. But the moral of the story is God's good. And all the time, God is good. I remember we used to be in church and the preacher used to be like, you got to know that you know that you know that you know that you know, right? You got to know that you know that God is your savior, right? And I mean, I feel like people have grown out of Christianity, and I feel like they grew out of Christianity not because Jesus or God. I feel like we can't give God a name. I feel like that's the issue. I feel like we don't really know the name of this God, but we all have these experiences of where this energy or this miraculous thing has happened to us to help us in a situation that we needed it, right? I feel like that's the thing. I feel like nobody can identify or label God as anything specific, right? Like, and I feel like there's like people arguing based upon the fact that the name isn't the same, right? But the situations and the things that we go through and the things that we overcome, I feel like if we sit and we talk about that, then you'll realize that the same energy, God, universe, that same thing that made something where you felt was impossible happen. We trying to be on the same page as a collective, but it's just like sometimes it's like you do have to go back and you have to look at the details and you have to look at the history, but then sometimes it's just like maybe the patterns, right, that we all share, the testimony that we all share is kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like, do we need to label it anything? Can it just be what it is? And I feel like that's just kind of like my train of thought on that. Like, I can't tell you the history, or I can't tell you a lot, but I can tell you um that when life tries to take you out, whether it's mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, sexually, physically, and you don't get taken out, and you're able to still move on, push forward, and you're still able to like be grateful and thankful for life, for yourself, for what you have, like that is something that's like poured into you, not by your own might. That's something that's poured into you from somebody else. Did you wash your hands, sir?
Oh, I forgot.
Why you coming here from using bathroom, touching on me? Thank you for opening the door for her. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How was school?
Good. How are you?
Good. But yep. Yeah. But anyways, I'm about to go ahead and get off this live, and
Oh, I missed out.
she said, "Oh, I missed out." Do you want to come tell them anything about your day?
Yes.
Okay, come on.
Okay. So, me and my BFF got to talk to each other instead of just making the story. We told each other other stories and what our room looks like.
Okay. So, this morning when I dropped you off, was one of those girls your BFFs that came up to you? This morning while you were waiting to go in school, there was like 3 girls or 3 people that came up to you while you were standing outside. Hold on, Joya, we're talking. There was like 3 people that came up to you before I drove off this morning. Was one of them your BFFs?
No.
Oh, just people in your class?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you know what her room, you told her your room was messy most of the time?
No.
What'd you tell her about your room?
I told her the stuff that was in it.
You told her about your bed? What'd you tell her? What'd you say about your bed?
I told her that it was like a house shape.
I really like that bed.
Yeah, I really like that too. I was like,
That's nice. I'm glad you and your best friend, y'all got to tell stories about yourself. Did you ask her when she gonna call you?
Call?
Yeah, on her iPad, FaceTime?
No.
No. Okay. Do you want to share any other stories?
No.
That's it. Okay. Well, okay. BFF. She got a BFF. I want a BFF.
I want to be.
It could be a man, God. It ain't gotta be a girl. It could be a man. I want to be a BFF. She ain't gotta be a girl, but I mean, I'm open. But yeah, that was it for today's live. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.